Okay everybody, this is mooneydashcam. If you enjoy these videos, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. Alright, so today we're going to be covering the John Lennon assassination. We're going to be ending the video at the Dakota, the apartment. I don't know if it was an apartment or you could actually buy a place there, but it's where John Lennon lived at the time. So, the night was December 8th, 1980. Had an extremely busy day. Lennon and Yoko Ono had a photo shoot for the Rolling Stone cover in his apartment, in his house. And then after that, he did what he didn't know at the time, but was his last interview for a radio show. And then after that, he was supposed to head out to a recording studio to help mix one of Yoko Ono's songs that he was the lead guitarist on. So as he's leaving his house at about 5 o'clock to get into a limo, there's a guy there, and he signs the guy's album and goes on his way. A photographer takes a picture of him signing the guy's album, and he goes on his way. Doesn't think anything of it. Little did he know, that guy is a super fan from Hawaii named Mark Chapman, and the guy's had a plan to kill him for a very long time. He actually flew to New York in October to kill him, but changed his mind and flew back, so now he's back in December, I guess, to finish the job that he tried to start. So, they go to the studio, they're there for a really long time, and they leave late. So Lennon decides to, instead of eating out, to pick up food and go home so he could say goodnight to his son. And so they're heading back. At about 10:50, he pulls up to the hotel and gets out of his limo. Of course, he gets out of the limo on the street instead of the courtyard that the place has, just for no reason. And as he walks past Chapman, they said that it looked like he recognized him, like he gave him a little bit of a glance. Walks by, and right as he passes him, Chapman takes out a .38 special revolver with hollow point bullets, which do like extra damage on your insides, and fires 5 rounds into his back and shoulder. 1 misses and hits a window, but the other 4 hit him. Lennon falls down, gets up, scrambles a little bit, gets it to the security desk, the security station, and tells the guy that he shot. As this is going on, Chapman takes off his jacket, stands on the corner, and starts reading The Catcher in the Rye, because he wanted to model his life after the antagonist in that book. Obviously the guy's crazy. So he stands there quietly reading until the cops show up and arrest him. Doesn't resist arrest, nothing. While this is going on, the other cops that showed up, that see Lennon shot, they don't know it's him yet, really. I'm sure they have a little bit of an idea. They see his injuries and decide there's not enough time to wait for an ambulance. So they throw him into the back of the squad car and bring him to Roosevelt Hospital. They tried their best to resuscitate him. The doctors really did everything they could at the time. They cut his chest open to try and massage his heart to get some blood flow going. But as they cut his chest open, like while they're looking inside him, they realize that there's not much chance of anything working here, because they said each shot by itself probably would have been fatal. They punctured his lung and a few of his arteries around his heart. One of them was the aorta, which is pretty much like the biggest artery. So there wasn't much chance from the get-go of him living. His death time was declared at 11:15, and as I said, he got back to his apartment, to his house, at 10:50. So there wasn't a lot of time between. Now, a few crazy things just surrounding it in general. Okay, sorry. Chapman pleads guilty in 1981, sentenced to 20 years to life. Now, in that case, 20 years, he would have gotten out in 2001. But he was denied parole 10 times. He's still in prison to this day. The Dakota doorman / security guard that tried to help Lennon that night sold his blood-stained shirt at an auction in 2016 for $33,000. At least 3 Beatles Beatles fans, not Beatles themselves, killed themselves after the murder. This affected, like, around the world this was heard. I'm sure everyone listening knew John Lennon died and probably knows where they were when they heard it. Yeah, so the memorials afterwards, Yoko Ono didn't hold a funeral. I don't know exactly the reason why, but she didn't hold a funeral. So she said, I want 10 minutes of silent prayer. So people listened. 225,000 people gathered in Central Park for 10 minutes of silent prayer, along with millions of others across the world. I think 30,000 people were in his hometown, maybe at his, where he grew up, at his house. And every radio station in New York City didn't play anything for 10 minutes. The world was shut down for that time. Yeah, and that's pretty much everything you need to know about John Lennon's assassination. We're going to be pulling up on the Dakota, at the Dakota, very shortly. It's the next block up there. I'm going to show you exactly where he was shot. You can see it. Hey, buddy, come on. Light's been green for a minute now. Normally I'm the one getting honked at. Okay, this building right here, it's a beautiful building. You can't really see it, it is nighttime. But it was built in 1880, which I thought was crazy. And this is it. And then that walkway right there, inside that walkway, which behind that's the courtyard. He got out on the street and was walking down, and he got shot right in that walkway and died. Crazy. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. Like always, likes and comments are always appreciated also. Also, hit the notification bell so you see when I'm posting. Thanks for watching. Bye.